bronze program. We actually have several platforms, but we've built the bronze program for our smaller brokerages. So if you have less than 50 agents, this may be the solution for you. We've built the Terabitz platform around some of our stronger customized sites, and what we've done for you is we've actually come up with 4 templates. Each template has different features, but we will build them for you with your colors, your logo, and your photos. We will allow you to upload 4 photos in these larger sections, and you have the choice of making them stationary or rotating or fading in and out. So take a look at these 4 templates and decide which one that you like. I'm going to go a little slowly here so you can take a look at the differences. And once again, what you can do here is you can change your colors, you can change your logo, and you can change your photos. This part here is what's brought over from MLS, and what you're able to change down below once you work with our project manager is how you would like below the line setup. So there's different widgets that you can use. I'll go to the next slide to give you a couple of more examples. There's different ways that you can line them up. It depends on what you'd like to see. We will put a video for your if it's that a preference of yours on the front page as well. And all of these pages that we build for you, you are able to go in and edit. We give you a full editor. We build it for you. We give you 3 static pages to start with. Static pages are pages like About Us or Buyer or Seller Tips. Once you've built those pages, you send them to, or you create the pages, you send them to us, we'll build them for you, but we give you an editor. You can change them at any time, which is good for search engine optimization, and we give you search engine optimization tools so that you can pick keywords, tags, titles, and descriptions so that your pages are optimized. Now, it comes with 3, but we give you the ability to add as many as you want. So once again, that's a very powerful editor that we add to the program. The Terabitz platform is pretty robust, so I'd like to just tell you how we build it and then move on to show you what we have. Everything is built around that center oval, and that is the brokerage website. So what we have off of that, or these offshoots, are modules. Each module is a program that's built on top of the broker platform. We build our platform and we use Google Maps. So on top of the Google Maps, we use an appy called Teleatlas. We get points of interest, and that's important for you to know because every single page that we build for you that has property results or has graphs or charts or any information that's pulled down from MLS has a latitude and longitude built into it so that it's quite robust. And once again, as we go through, you'll see what I mean. As I said before, we will build it with your logo, your colors, and your photos. We build it for your brand, so although it's template, it will look exactly like the way you want it to. There is no customization, however, so what's there has to be there in that format. We build it on platforms such as Firefox and Safari, but it also works on Internet Explorer and does work on the new Chrome that Google has put out. We've also built it with some marketing reports that we build through your MLS information. And we publish your site, and we give you the ability to build your site through the back end. And we store things for you, and you could store more on the online file system. I'll get to that in a moment. But first of all, I'd like to talk about search. We have a couple of search options available to you. We have a list view, which is what is showing right here, or a map view. So when somebody comes in from the front page and has identified that they'd like to look at property in your community at a certain price range or whatever parameter we've given it, they will come to this very robust module. Here they can look through, they can decide where they want to look by city, multi-city. They can do multi-zips, so they can do not only a county, but some counties, the zip codes may, be different from one to the next. So they can actually pretty much customize where they'd like to look. They can also use the power search setting, which is that left-hand refined search bar, to look for certain fields. They may want houses with only fireplaces or with only garages, so they can get as specific as they want. And then once they've identified from the list the properties that they'd like to look at, they can do a couple of other things. There's this film strip that's down at the bottom of the list where they can actually save some favorites. They can actually compare up to 4 properties at a time. They can find homes that just have open houses coming up, and they can actually get directions from one home to the next. So it's pretty robust once again. Once they save favorites, there's an opportunity for you to collect that lead. They have to be a registered user. So they would fill out a form, it would have the information that you require, and it would then take that lead and pull it into your leads management tab on the back end. Customers also have the ability to go ahead and draw their own search area. This is great because they may just say, I want to live within these 10 or 15 streets. So when they draw the polygon that you see right here, what will populate are the listings that are available in that neighborhood. If you can see, one of those listings has a different icon. That happens to be the company who has the website, so their icon will look a little bit different. So it's a way to distinguish your listing from the rest of the listings in MLS. When they put their cursor on any one of these properties, up will come a very brief description about the property, how many bedrooms and baths, where it's located, and then they can click on and get more details. So when they get details, they also get to explore the neighborhood. Our Explore the Neighborhood program augments every listing detail page with information about banks, restaurants, cafes, child care centers, schools, even can find out where you can get gas in the morning. It's a very robust program. We also let this Explore the Neighborhood become part of your social networking. If a consumer clicks on LinkedIn, for example, or Facebook, they can actually upload a link to this site with a space for you to write a comment. It might be, hey, I'm thinking of moving into this neighborhood. It seems like it's got a lot of things that we're looking for. It'll be up on your site, but the link will be back to your website here. So it's a really robust way to stay in touch with your friends and let them know socially what you're looking at, and also it gives you more chances of people coming into your website to create another lead situation. This is what our home site listing detail page looks like. Each one is indexed. It's a full IDX detailed listing sheet. What we provide to the consumer is a slideshow of all of the photos that are on the site, and including those that you may have added to the site. We also give the consumer the ability to once again go ahead and upload this listing sheet to their favorite social media network. We also have a map view, so if you wanted to take it down a step and look back on the map and then find out where the points of interest are, you can do it that way, or you can go ahead and pull the points of interest from the toolbars that are up above the slideshow. We give demographics about the area. Every page is fully indexed. Once again, it's sent out to the web crawlers because it has its own unique URL, and we give you the ability to add SEO tools, once again adding titles, tags, descriptions, so that you actually have more ability to have the web bots actually find people who are on these sites. Now that's really important because the average consumer on a website today spends between 1 and 2 minutes get the listing and get out, but because of all of the information that we have, they're spending between 8 and 12 minutes. Once again, when Google gets a hold of that and they see that, they say, okay, that's relevant, let's go see what they're looking at. Our sites then get optimized very quickly. We also know that what's important to the consumers is what's happening in the marketplace. The number one question is what's going on in this area? If I buy this home, am I going to be able to sell it again? How many days on the market does it take to actually sell a property? What's the list to sale ratio? We analyze this information and we take it from MLS and we give you up to 6 different views that you can provide to the consumer on your platform. And we integrate every single one of these forms that you've chosen to use into your listing detail pages. So once again, another reason for them to stay on your site a little bit longer. We also have Property Mobile Search. Property Mobile Search is a mobile version of your website. When somebody would type in your real estate company, your URL /iPhone, it will come up. It supports the smartphones, iPhone, BlackBerry, and Palm right now, and I believe Droid is just about ready. They will actually be prompted to, fill out a little "where are you looking" type of form. When that happens, they're brought to the map. They click on the map, and when they click on the map, to the right-hand side, you see what they get for information. So once again, very easy to use, and a lot of consumers are using that in addition to the website. You get an agent roster. So every agent roster is set up with what we call a business card, and that's where the agent's photo is uploaded. We give the information about the office that they're in, phone information, their email address, and if they have a website, there's a tab so that it brings the consumer directly to their website from your main roster page. And consumers can look up an agent by, their name, first name, last name, maybe the town that they're looking in, maybe the language that they speak. So it's a pretty robust way for a consumer to find an agent. Speaking of agents, we actually have agent websites that come with your Bronze platform, and each agent is able to go ahead and put their online identity up. So we give them a template to work with, similar to the template that we have for you. We build it for you. We give you a choice of how you want it to look. This is just a standard one that a lot of people choose. We allow you to put photos up there for your theme pages. So if you're in a specific market area, maybe the seashore, maybe the mountains, maybe the desert, you can put photos up there and give agents choices of themes so that they don't feel that they look all exactly alike. They have some choices. Now, what we have here, we've landed on their About page, About Me page. We have photos, and we've embedded a video. So I just wanted to show you that they can be really robust. On this page, we've got a photo of the agent up in the right-hand corner. We've got that same search platform underneath the logo where the consumer can just type in where they're looking, and that brings them to the next page, which is the same search that I showed you previously that the company gets. And the agents can then take their listings and they can feature them, and that's what you would see underneath. Right now that doesn't have a photo image, but if it did, it would be the property and underneath a brief description and view more details. On the left-hand side, I'm going to show you on the next screen, we can actually create all of those tabs through the back-end panel of the agent's website. So they can actually make the site as robust as they want. There's no limit to the number of pages that they can add. They can put links on here. They can do references. They get a WordPress blog, so they can change that. They can publish that and send it off to RSS feeds. There's advanced web tools. We give the agents the same tools that are on the front end of the broker site. So they get email alerts, they get registered users, they get Contact Me for more information. And if there's a team, they can call it Contact Us. And this is really, once again, a way for the agent to really show their brand and their niche, where they like to market. It's actually their online voice. With each enterprise platform that we offer, we have lead management, and our lead management tab actually is set up according to your business rules. So you decide how you want leads to be funneled from your broker site to your agents. Agents likewise have the same ability. They may be able to take a lead and assign it to another agent in the company or send it back to you, the broker, if it's something that they know they don't want to handle. There's a lot of robust features to the lead tracking. You can look at all the leads that have come in from different sources, whether it's email alerts or registered users or schedule a viewing. You can look people up by their last name, by the property they've looked at. It's very, very robust. While you're in the leads management panel, you can accept a lead if you got one, if you were an agent from the broker site, or you can decline it. You can actually add it to your Outlook format. You can set a schedule of how you're going to follow up with this particular client. You can actually look at what they've seen on your website, how long they've been on pages, how many pages they come back to. So it's a really very useful tool for an agent and for a company to manage the leads that they get on the website. Things do not fall through the crack. We've built a one-to-one website program. It's a farming tool for your agents on their back end, which will populate a website for each and every one of their clients they put into this system. So they could set up a whole entire geographic target area through a CSV format, or they could add a client one at a time. It basically is set up around the particular area that the agent has chosen. We will look up to 5 miles and as low as a quarter of a mile away from each property, and we'll come up with properties that have sold that are similar to the one that's for sale, that's in the market. What's great about this is that it's set up for the client or for the future client, and every time somebody goes onto their website, which has its own unique URL, the agent is notified that there's been activity. So it's a way for the agent to stay connected to the client. Many, many times people send out a lot of letters and newsletters and cards, and there's really no way to be able to tell who's actually looked on them and who's actually really shown an interest. And with this one-to-one website, there is. So it's a great agent lead tool. Likewise, we have a very dynamic CMA. It's threefold. The first fold is its typical CMA program. However, we've built it with a very flexible valuation model system. So you can make it to what's typical in your particular area. Not every area is alike. So you get the information from MLS and you get all the comparables. You're able to make adjustments. You get pricing sheets, net sheets, and we show all of the comparable properties, whether they're actives, whether they're solds or pendings. You get to choose what you'd like to show on your CMA. In addition to that, we will upload 10 marketing pages for you that you can add. So it becomes your CMA first and your listing presentation. When it's completed, it becomes a presentation because we PDF it for you. So a consumer can come into your office or your agent can go to their home and actually go through a PowerPoint type presentation that shows not only what the property is worth, but also the marketing pieces and how you intend to market that property. Now, I mentioned we give you 10 pages, but you are allowed to upload as many others as you want, and you would do that through the back-end panel. You would create pages for the agents to use. We also allow the agents to create up to 5 pages of their own. So it is, as you see, a very robust system. Once the dynamic listing presentation has been done, the third step of it is we create, very similar to the one-on-one website, a website for each one of those clients or future clients so they can go in and keep track of what's happening on the market. How this works is if they haven't listed with you yet, they still can stay updated. If they listed with somebody else, you're providing information without sending it to them because this is their website. Remember, they can go in and look at it any time. And if that listing were to expire, they're going to remember who actually provided them with the accurate information on a daily basis. We upload everything into this system on a daily basis as we upload MLS. So it's a really unique tool, and we are finding the companies that have the dynamic CMA with the DLP are getting more listings because they're staying in contact with people who, without even having to call them every single day. Everything that we have in an office needs to be in a central point. So what we have is an online file system. We call it our media center. Some companies may have called it in the past their internet center. We can call it that for you as well, or maybe even a resource center. What it is a repository. We will hold documents, files, videos, images, everything that an agent needs to use as a tool in their everyday business. It allows an agent to be virtual. Real estate is an outside business, not an inside business, so we know that agents are on the fly all the time, and they can actually even pull down a lot of this information if they have a smartphone, and so very, very mobile. Once again, it's built for you. We will upload what you have and you'd like us to put onto it currently. But once again, we give you the ability to add things as you go. So as you go or as you grow, you can add more to the site. The agent has a back-end media center where they get the information from you, and they're able to store some of the things that they're working on as well. So if they wanted to set up files for listings and they wanted to upload either a PDF or an Excel spreadsheet or Word document, maybe even a PowerPoint presentation, maybe even a CMA that they've done for people, and create files for each property. They're able to do that on the Internet Media Center. So it's a very robust part of what we offer. We also create flyers. So any of the properties that are either on MLS or listings that you've put onto the website or that you've entered, maybe not published, you can create a flyer for. So all you have to do is either enter the MLS number or a Terabitz number and go. The instructions are very simple. It's 3 easy steps. Things are downloaded. You put the pictures where you'd like them to go. You can correct the verbiage that may have come over from MLS, put whatever enhancements you'd like to do in there, and then you can actually send this directly to your client base and your farm, or you could prepare it or a series of flyers for that consumer who's out of town that needs to see what the property is, or maybe you're taking out this weekend. And for everyday marketing, for a way for your agents to stay in touch with their customers, those leads that are so important, we have a basic incubation type of a system which we call drip marketing. So it's a set it and forget it program. We give you 2 templates each of newsletters, e-cards, and flyers. And we also give you a template builder. So for those agents and for the company that wants to create others that they want to add to the system, they certainly can. It's basically a set it and forget it program. You'd set up how you'd like, what you'd like to send, and when you'd like to send it. So you have a start date and an end date, and it's done automatically. You don't have to sign on to make sure it's done. It's just done from the point of start till you decide you don't want to do it anymore. So that's our drip marketing program, and you can upload and download information into it. You can take an old farming list. You can actually create campaigns of up to 250 people. The reason I mentioned 250, that keeps us under the line for spam filters, and so what we send out does not get spammed. So that's pretty much what the program is all about. So I'm going to just spend half a second on this page here. There's 10 questions that you really need to ask about your web vendor. I think the first one is the most important one. Are you confident that your web vendor is going to keep you current? Will changes, be stagnant, or you not get them? Will they just be automatic and seamless to you? Do you have to pay for things, every time you want to make a correction? Our support call's delightful, and how available is support to you? Is there an 800 number? And if you do send an email update, how quickly do they respond? And what's the line between a support call and a training call? Does the company provide training that you have? All of these things are favorable in terms of the Terabitz. The last 2 important are, when was the last time you talked to the CEO? I will guarantee if you left a message on the support system that you wanted to talk to the CEO, he would call you back. And the other thing is your web platform helping you or hurting you in recruiting? Agents are the #1 capital in a real estate business. So are you getting the agents, the caliber of the agents coming to work for you that you need to have to deal with today's consumer-centric client? All of those questions lead us to the pricing. So here's how it works. We charge a $3,000 implementation fee. An implementation is basically to build your website. There's a $1,500 deposit that we charge you with the signing of the Master Services Agreement. You can pay for that by company check or credit card, and you let us know how you'd like to pay that, and we'll provide you the information that you need. Once the site is completed and it's ready to be switched, or it actually is live, that's when we will invoice you for the additional $1,500. So it takes us 30 days from the time we get your MLS information to complete a site. Roughly 30 days. It might be up to 45 in some circumstances, but once we have everything that we need from your MLS provider, it's about 30 days. So that gives you an idea of what the structure is in terms of pricing and how you pay for it. When the site goes live, there's a monthly service fee. it's $400. That's what we charge to maintain the site. The good news is it comes with 20 of those agent sites. So if you have less than 20 agents, you know, it's included in your monthly fee. If you have more than 20 agents, we will charge $35 per agent per month. Now, a lot of companies have set up that the agents actually pay this, so it is a great way to have a very dynamic and very robust site paid for, and then the cost of it shared through the agents that actually get websites. There's another fee, it's called the mapping, and the POI, that's points of interest fee. That's monthly. That's for the Google Maps and the API that we build for it with the TeleAtlas points of interest. And once again, $100 a month. So your total monthly maintenance fee is $500. I will tell you that you are, as the client, are responsible for your MLS IDX fees if there are any. Not all MLS charges, but some do. So please check with them, and once again, if there is a fee, you are responsible for it. Now, if this has piqued your interest and you would like to see what an MSA contract would look like, what I would like you to do is go to the next step, which is a tab that will say, you know, sign up here. And we will ask you for some information, and that information will populate what we call the MSA. You're still under no obligation until you actually sign it and pay for it, but this is how we will populate that MSA so you can actually see the rest of our terms and agreement. So once again, if you would like a copy of this presentation, if you need to talk to other people about it and would like a copy, please email ekelleher@pcmsconsulting.com, and I will send it out to you. And once again, I hope you do business with us. We would love to have you on as a client. Thank you very much. Have a great day.